So let's talk about ancient astronauts for just a bit. Over the summer, the New York Times broke a story with government officials, including 2 U.S. senators, admitting the United States was in possession of craft not of this earth. Now that's a big admission. And these 2 senators freely admitted to shuttling money away from the U.S. Treasury into black ops programs in the Office of Naval Intelligence. It's not often you get senators admitting that on camera. One was Senator Marco Rubio, Florida, home base for NASA. The other was former Senator Harry Reid of Nevada. And what's that mysterious area in Nevada? What is it? Oh yeah, that's right. It's the home to Area 51 and Bob Lazar's S4. So before we had this disclosure, petroglyphs like this all around the world, we were told that this was just human expression. These were just paintings. Whenever we had glyphs of like people in them, like this right here, or what looked like could be people, it was just some sort of cultural expression. It was artistic license. But if we have admission by our own government that they are in possession of craft not of this earth, these beings from other places that we've captured their spacecraft clearly have figured out how to cheat around E equals MC squared. They have figured how to push past the limits of the speed of light. How did they do that? There's lots of whistleblowers that's come out. Element 115 seems to be very encouraging, according to eyewitness and whistleblower testimony. Some of these UFOs that have crashed have been found, and they were archaeological in origin. So how many thousands of years were they here? So we now have to look at all of this, all these petroglyphs around the world, all this rock art with a clearer vision and a whole lot less skepticism. If they can break the speed of light today, well, how long have they been able to break the speed of light? Did they just suddenly show up in the 40s with their spaceships? Probably not. These civilizations could be 100 years ahead of us. They could be 1,000 years ahead of us. They could be 100,000 years ahead of us. They could be millions of years ahead of us. So what's not to say? I mean, the first thing that we want to do as humans, that when if we can travel from across the galaxy, is visit other stars, visit other planets. I mean, that's what we want to do. We have whole TV series just on that topic. I mean, some of the best literature of the 20th century was science fiction about us, humans, exploring outside of our earthly realm. So it's entirely plausible now that these beings may have visited Earth. Did the early humans here on Earth, did they venerate them? Did they fear them? Did they look up to them as gods? Was there any type of transfer of knowledge from these people from other planets to humans? I mean, here, clearly, this petroglyph is an 8,000-year-old calendar, 13 moons. Somehow the people that populated this part of the desert in North America knew that there was 13 lunar cycles in one full year. They had it nailed. They even chiseled it in rock. And it just wasn't them. There's archaeological sites around the world that are calendars of one form or another, or solar observatories, or lunar observatories, or just observatories in general. One of the earliest things we've done as humans is to look up at the sky and wonder. And now we have to wonder some more. How far back in human history were ancient astronauts visiting mankind? Was this motif here one of the beings that came out down from the skies above this desert to meet humans? We don't know. But one thing I will say, there's an old joke that ancient humans drew what they saw. And that's more or less true for people. I mean, you give a kid a crayon and a piece of paper, they're going to draw their mom and dad and stick figures. They're going to draw some semblance of a crazy looking dog, like a line with 4 sticks and some sort of bubble head. The child, the 3-year-old, draws what they see. Now, sometimes they're just all over, you know, and it's just a crazy mishmash of just scrawlings. Early humans did not put that kind of labor into something so frivolous. Labor in ancient man was something that was important. You didn't have to, there wasn't luxuries of wasting your time. And these petroglyphs, they're chiseled in stone. They're not painted or whatever. They are chiseled. Some of these up to a half-inch deep. And someone stood with a rock in his hand, chiseling this whole panel. And it had to mean something. I mean, this whole valley of the volcanic tablelands in Southern California is not the world's largest collection of abstract art. All of it means something, from the bird feet to the snakes to the human figures. It all means something. But from a philosophical point of view, we now know they have, definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, visited humans before. Why? Because we have the wreckage of their spacecraft. However, if it just fell out of the sky, malfunctioned, ran out of fuel, or was captured somehow by human technology, what we do know is ancient astronauts have been here without a shadow of a doubt. And ancient humans, with the ingenuity that they had, chiseled brilliant petroglyphs all over the world, telling this story of maybe visitors from beyond. Flaming things coming out of the sky, things settling near their homes, hovering above the ground, brilliant light spidering through the trees, wonders and amazement that still takes our breath away 20,000 years hence. What I ask you is keep an open mind, and next time you see something that was previously poo-pooed, understand that there is now evidence to take the poo-pooing away, to take the criticism away. And if we're in possession of craft, not of this earth, it's got to belong to somebody, and it wasn't the Russians. It's not the Americans. It's these people that came down out of the heavens. And ancient humans drew their depictions in rock. So that's it here from the frigid desert. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like what I'm doing on the channel, please subscribe. If you got any questions, comments, or just want to tell me off, please drop those in the comments below. So until next time, I'll be your lab partner. Take care. Bye-bye. That's just a bit too bright. See what you think about this. And just look at the camera there. I think that's well.
Yeah.
My face doesn't look too, I mean, it's just too bright here. I mean.
Yeah. You can still see you. I mean,
But it's not, and I like the since I put it farther back, I can see the petroglyph better. But it also kind of hallows me, right? Yeah. Well, I'm just going to start now then. Done.